We are constantly told to eat more fish. It's the cornerstone of a healthy diet, recommended by doctors and nutritionists worldwide. We hear about the incredible benefits of omega-3 fatty acids for our brain, our heart, and our mood. But what if I told you that one of the most popular healthy fish on the market, a fish many of you might have in your refrigerator right now, they could be silently contributing to the dysfunction of a tiny butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, a gland that controls nearly every aspect of your metabolism, energy, and well-being. Today, we're investigating the healthy fish that could actually be destroying your thyroid. This isn't about scaring you away from fish altogether. This is about uncovering the truth behind modern food production and empowering you to make choices that truly support your health. First, let's quickly understand the thyroid gland. Located at the base of your neck, your thyroid is your body's master metabolic regulator. It produces hormones, primarily T4 and the active form, T3. These hormones travel to every cell in your body, telling them how much energy to use. Think of it as the accelerator pedal for your body. When your thyroid is working properly, you feel energetic, your weight is stable, and your mood is balanced. When it's not working, everything can fall apart. You might feel exhausted, gain weight inexplicably, experience hair loss, brain fog, and depression. For the thyroid to function, it needs specific nutrients, especially iodine and selenium. But it is also incredibly sensitive to certain toxins and environmental contaminants. This is where our fish story begins. So, which healthy fish are we talking about? The answer is complex, but one fish stands out due to its immense popularity and the specific nature of how it's raised. We are talking about farmed salmon. Wait, salmon? The king of healthy fish? Yes, but there is a world of difference between a wild salmon swimming freely in the cold, clean waters of the ocean and a salmon raised in a crowded underwater pen. It is this distinction that holds the key to our thyroid problem. Let's dive into the three main reasons why farmed salmon, despite its healthy reputation, can be so problematic for your thyroid. Reason number 1, the contaminant cocktail, PCBs and dioxins. This is the most significant threat. Farmed salmon are raised in tightly packed pens, often holding hundreds of thousands of fish. To fatten them up quickly, they are fed pellets. These pellets are a concoction of various ingredients, including fish meal and fish oil sourced from smaller forage fish. Here's the problem. Our industrial world has polluted the oceans with persistent organic pollutants, or POPs. The most notorious of these are PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, and dioxins. These chemicals are incredibly stable and do not break down easily. They accumulate in the fatty tissues of marine life. The process of concentrating these small fish into pellets concentrates the toxins. Farmed salmon then eat these concentrated pellets every day, causing the PCBs and other chemicals to build up in their own fatty tissue at much higher levels than wild salmon. So how do these PCBs harm your thyroid? They are potent endocrine disruptors. This means they interfere with your body's hormone system. PCBs have a molecular structure very similar to thyroid hormone. This allows them to wreak havoc in 3 ways. First, they can bind to thyroid hormone receptors on your cells, blocking the real hormone from doing its job. Second, they can interfere with the transport proteins that carry thyroid hormones through the bloodstream. And third, they can disrupt the crucial enzyme that converts the inactive T4 hormone into the active T3 hormone in your liver and other tissues. So, even if your thyroid is producing enough hormone, your body can't use it properly. This chemical interference is a direct assault on your thyroid's function. Now for the second problem. Reason number 2, the unnatural diet and fatty acid imbalance. A wild salmon's diet consists of krill, shrimp, and smaller fish. This diet is naturally rich in the famous omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. Farmed salmon, on the other hand, are fed a diet that is increasingly heavy in cheap vegetable products, like soy, cornmeal, and poultry meal. This unnatural diet drastically changes the fish's fat composition. While they still contain omega-3s, they develop a much higher concentration of omega-6 fatty acids. Our bodies need a healthy balance between omega-6 and omega-3. The ideal ratio is somewhere around 2 to 1 or even 1 to 1. The modern diet, heavy in processed foods and seed oils, can push this ratio to 20 to 1 or even higher. A high ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 promotes a state of chronic, body-wide inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a root cause of countless diseases. For the thyroid, this is especially dangerous if you have an autoimmune condition like Hashimoto's thyroiditis, where your immune system is already mistakenly attacking your thyroid gland. Eating pro-inflammatory foods like farmed salmon can add fuel to this autoimmune fire, potentially worsening your condition. Finally, a brief but important third point. Reason number 3, antibiotics and disease. Because these fish are packed so tightly together, disease can spread like wildfire. To combat this, producers often use antibiotics and other chemicals in the fish pens. The overuse of antibiotics in our food supply is a major global health concern, contributing to the rise of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. While the direct impact on the thyroid is less studied, a compromised gut microbiome from antibiotic exposure is known to impact immune function and nutrient absorption, which indirectly affects thyroid health. So we've focused on farmed salmon. Does this mean wild fish get a free pass? Not entirely. This brings us to a related issue, the mercury problem. While wild fish are generally free of PCBs and antibiotics, some of them contain another potent thyroid toxin, mercury. Mercury is released into the environment from industrial pollution, like burning coal. It settles in oceans and waterways, where it is converted into methylmercury. This toxin is absorbed by small organisms and then works its way up the food chain. Each step up, the mercury becomes more concentrated. This is called bioaccumulation. This means the largest, longest living predatory fish have the highest levels of mercury. The top offenders are fish like swordfish, shark, king mackerel, and certain types of tuna, especially large species like big eye and albacore. Mercury is directly toxic to thyroid cells. It generates massive oxidative stress and can trigger an autoimmune reaction. Crucially, mercury has a high affinity for selenium, a mineral that is absolutely essential for thyroid health. Your body uses selenium to create the enzyme that converts T4 to the active T3 hormone. When mercury enters your body, it binds to selenium, making it unavailable for your thyroid to use. This can effectively shut down your ability to activate your thyroid hormone. This is why some people can eat high-mercury fish and feel sluggish, foggy, and tired. Their thyroid hormone conversion is being blocked. At this point, you might be feeling like you should never eat fish again, but that's not the right takeaway. The benefits of the right kind of fish are too great to ignore. The solution is not to avoid fish, but to become a smarter fish consumer. Here is your action plan for eating fish safely. Rule number 1. Follow the SMASH rule. SMASH is an easy acronym to remember the best and safest fish to eat. It stands for salmon, wild-caught, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring. These fish are all small, oily, and low on the food chain. This means they are packed with beneficial omega-3s, but have very low levels of mercury and other contaminants. Sardines and anchovies are particularly fantastic as they are also rich in calcium and selenium. Rule number 2. When eating salmon, always prioritize wild-caught. Look for labels that say wild-caught Alaskan salmon. Species like sockeye, coho, and king salmon are excellent choices. They have a superior nutritional profile and a much lower risk of PCB contamination. Yes, it is more expensive, but it's better to eat high-quality fish less often than to eat low-quality fish frequently. Rule number 3. Drastically limit your intake of high-mercury fish. Treat swordfish, shark, and king mackerel as very rare occasions, if you eat them at all. When choosing tuna, opt for canned light or skipjack tuna, which comes from smaller fish and has significantly less mercury than canned albacore or white tuna. Rule number 4. Support your thyroid with selenium. Since mercury depletes selenium, you can protect your thyroid by ensuring you have enough of this vital mineral. The single best source is Brazil nuts. Just 1 or 2 per day can meet your daily needs. Sardines, eggs, and sunflower seeds are also excellent sources. Let's bring it all together. It's not that fish is destroying your thyroid. It's that the industrialization of our food supply and the pollution of our oceans have created hidden dangers in once healthy foods. The problem isn't salmon. It's farmed salmon, loaded with PCBs from unnatural feed. The problem isn't tuna. It's large tuna, which has accumulated high levels of mercury. By understanding these distinctions, you take the power back. You can confidently navigate the grocery store, choosing fish that will nourish your body, protect your brain, and, most importantly, support the health of your master gland, the thyroid. Make informed choices, and you can continue to enjoy the immense benefits that the right kind of fish has to offer.